I was asked about exercises to help you do sit-ups. Now, there's a ton of things that we can do. First thing to keep in mind is that it's all about body mechanics. How long are your legs? Trunk. How strong are these core muscles? And also, some people might just not be able to do a sit-up. But with that in mind, all right, let's look at this. So when we talk about the core, it's everything from the shoulder girdle to the pelvic girdle that ties into the spine. Chest, abdominals, back, hip flexors, glutes, shoulders, all make up part of the core. But we want to isolate these abdominal muscles, all right? The abdominals, transverse abdominis, start on the pubic bone and they insert right up here underneath your rib cage, all right? And they work together with your back muscles. So when you flex the spine, your abdominal muscles are flexing, your back muscles are stretching. And when you're extending the spine, your back muscles are flexing and your abdominal muscles are stretching. Now, they're a team. If we want to strengthen one, we have to strengthen both. And that's what we're going to try to do here. All right, first thing I'd like to do is we're going to sit up in a nice L-sit position. This is the sitting position. This is how we want to sit when we're at home. We can do toes pointing straight up, gets a stretch through the back of the legs, or we can point the toes, get the stretch through the front. All right, we'll do this one. We're going to stretch through the back. Just practice sitting up nice and tall. And we talk about brace and clench. So someone's going to hit you in the tummy, tense the tummy muscles, squeeze the glute muscles together. And just practice sitting up nice and tall. Core muscles are activated. All right, from here, this is our 12 o'clock position. This would be 1 o'clock. So keep your gaze straight to the ceiling. Think there's an apple underneath your chin. This is 1 o'clock. This would be 2 o'clock. And then all the way down, myself up, all the way down, my back is not touching the mat. This is 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and we bring ourselves back up, all right? So, we're gonna do some isometric holds. Isometrics means we hold a muscle, we contract the muscle, but it doesn't move. It increases the time under tension that the muscle is in. It does increase the blood pressure, so be very careful if you do suffer with high blood pressure. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, 12 o'clock position. We're going to brace and clench. Someone's going to hit you in the tummy, tense those tummy muscles. All right, we're going to hold this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you need to use your hands on the mat, go ahead and do that. Then we're going to take it to 1 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you're going to count 10 again. Now, if you cannot do this, all right, then hands on the mat. If you can do it for longer than 10, you're going to cross the arms over the shoulders. If you can do it for longer than 20, you can place the hands on top of the head or behind the head. And if you can do it for up to 30 seconds, then we're going to try for long arms, okay, straight line. So these are the isometric contractions that we're going to hold. And we're just going to hold it. Minute, 90 seconds, okay. And then we're going to take it to 2 o'clock. Once again, if you can't hold it here, hands on the mat. If you can hold it here, we're going to hold it here. Bracing and clenching the entire time. Hands behind the head. Okay? Long arms. Very challenging. Brace clenched, breathe through it. And then we go down to 3 o'clock. My back is not touching the mat. Very challenging now. Probably can't even do hands behind my head here. 2, 1, and back up. So we're going to do isometric contractions. They're going to be working abdominals and back muscles, okay? Because the core is really contracting to stabilize and try to hold us in that position. The other one that I'd like to do is we're going to look at some bridges. So we're going to, first, before we do the bridge, what I'd like to do is let's think about that brace and clench again. So someone we're going to hit you in the tummy. You'd want to brace, tense the abs, squeeze the glute muscles together, and what should happen is that your lower back gets pinned to the mat. That's what we're looking for. Lower back to be pinned to the mat. Now, when we do that, we know our back is in the strongest position possible. So big inhale, exhale, brace, clench, pin that lower back to the mat. And I'd like you to practice those drills. Another great core drill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I want you to now brace and clench and hold. Breathe through it. So once again, this is our isometric contraction. Core muscles are contracting. Primarily, it's our deeper core muscles, the transverse abdominis. They're the ones, they're below that six-pack. They sit below the six-pack. Deep, deep, they're contracting. Hold, and just keep holding. Hold for 30 seconds. Hold for 60 seconds. Just keep breathing through it. Hold for 90 seconds. Just keep holding. Time under tension. And then I'd like you to take it up into a bridge. So here now, we're going to push the hips up. Straight line through the tummy and the thighs. Hands on the mat. Brace, clench. We're going to hold our bridge. Once again, we're going to hold for time under tension. Brace, clench. Breathe through it. 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, 90 seconds. Just keep holding. And then we're going to start walking the feet in. Can you grab a hold of the ankles? All right. Now from here, we're going to hyper or overextend the back. So I want you to think about pushing up. Push the hips up. So I've got that arch in my back. How's that? Brace, clench, hold that. A lot more challenging. Stretching out through the abdominals. I'm flexing through the back. Try to get the heels a little bit closer towards the bum. Now, here's the one. We're going to try to raise the head, raise the shoulders. Brace, clench, hold your position. Hold for time. Core muscles are working super hard. Bring yourself down, slowly, slowly, slowly. Now we're going to brace, clench, pin that lower back to the mat, keep that lower back in a pinned position. Use your hands and sit yourself up. If that's what you need to do, you use your hands. Brace clench, big inhale, exhale and sit yourself up using your hands. Keep doing those for repetitions, 10, 20, 30. Then you're going to try to do it without using the hands. Maybe we're just going to hover the hands, big inhale, exhale, pin the lower back, and we're going to try to sit ourselves up, hovering the hands, hands are parallel to the mat. If you're able to do that, once again, you're going to do this as many times as you can until you're able to do it with your hands at your side. Once you're able to do that, we're going to stair step, big inhale, exhale, pin lower back to the mat. And we're going to try from here. It's all about starting with the lower back pin to the mat. Have your legs in whichever position you like. If you need them straight, straight. If you need to bend them, whatever's comfortable for you. And then we can try it, hands behind the head. Big inhale, exhale, pin lower back to the mat. And bring ourselves up, a lot more challenging. Okay? So it's about trying to give you as many options as we possibly can. So those are a few exercises. You can do these every day. Core muscles are stabilizing muscles, which means that they respond to lots of repetitions, no weights required. So you can literally do hundreds of these every day because your core muscles are stabilizing you when you're in your bed sleeping. Okay? So don't worry about how long or how many repetitions. You can do as many as you can, and you can do that every day if you like. Okay? Hope these help. Let me know. Hopefully, within 90 days, you should definitely see a difference. But you should see that before 90 days. Let me know. And I've always got tons and tons of exercises, not only for the core, but for whatever body part you want to work. Thank you.